Hi, Flower Hill Gang. This is Michael. Michael Hamilton, talking to you from the state of New Jersey. I am Jamaican. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I came to the United States when I was about 12 years old. I went through formal education here, and right now I'm a professional software engineer. Um, so I'm doing this video for a good friend of mine, Yvette. And I'd like to talk a little bit about education. Education is very important. It's not a cliche. School is very important for your future. I would encourage everyone to make it your job, your daily job, to go to school and learn as much as you can. To succeed in life, it's all about being the best that you can be. It's all about competition. You and your classmate competing for A's in class. It's the same way it happens in the real world, where you and your coworkers are competing for a job, competing for the best position, competing for the best salary. So it all starts with education. That's something no one could take away from you. And the better you are at it, and learning a task or a trade, if you're the best, people will pay for the best. People will hire the best. Some of the things that I learned to motivate me to get to the point of where I am now in my life, it's from teachers. Right back in Jamaica, I could tell you about Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson, she was my kindergarten teacher. I left Jamaica when I was 12, and I had her right throughout my education in Jamaica. But she was very inspiring. She was a great teacher. She worked for perfection. And I saw that in her, and that's a trait I took from her. And I used that throughout my life. What I would say to you guys is to find someone, probably your teacher. You see them every day. They're good at what they're teaching you. And your goal is to be as good or as better than your teacher, right? So that means it's study relentlessly, knowing you're doing your homework, knowing the topics as you get into class so you can participate, because it's the same way you get on the job, they're going to want you to participate, to be out there to teach new people who are coming in. So that means you have to be good at what you do. A couple of traits that I still use today. It's, be in the game, right? You can't win if you're not in the game. And being in the game, it's all about winning. But first, to win, right, you need to participate, right? Sometimes it's more fun to participate, and the more you participate, it's the more you learn. And as you learn, you get better. So here you're floating your way to the top, the best soccer player, the best cricket player, the best student, the best spelling bee, right? You participate in spelling bee, and you see that you came in, third, fourth, fifth, and you said, I could do better. You study better because you want to be number one. It's all about reaching for the top, right? It's not just a matter of going there to class and falling asleep or not paying attention. It's to be engaged with your teacher, because what they're teaching you, it's sowing the seeds for your next class, your next grade, graduation, getting into the workforce, being the best on the job, starting your own company, hiring people, building your community. And, because as you get older, you're going to start, getting engaged, getting married, having children, and passing that tradition of learning onto your children. And having your children, setting goals of having your children do better than you did. So they're standing on your shoulders. You sit with them, help them with their homework, preparing them for the next day in class so they can strive to be the best. When you have the best competing with the best, your community as a whole becomes the best. So now you're looking at an individual uplifting their neighborhood, uplifting their community, uplifting their country, uplifting the world. So it's all about reaching for the top. The Jamaican culture, as I know it, it strives to be the best. As small as the island is, you could see Usain Bolt, the best. You could see, world leaders, on the stage, as small as Jamaica is, there's on the stage with the United States, on the same stage with Great Britain, on the stage with some of the world powers. So it's that essence of the Jamaican culture, to do the best you can and strive for the best. Once you're in the game, you try to win the game, right? There are 10 players on the team. You're trying to make the team. How are you going to make the team? You have to beat out one of the guys on the team. So that means you have to maybe go and practice with your friends and work as hard as you can, be the best soccer player, and then try out for the team and see if you could make the team. So it's not a barrier to saying, oh, they already have their team, I'm not going to try. No, you try and you try till you succeed. It's a goal of yours. You have a goal. You strive to attain that goal. So, as this, just trying to tell you guys, you're all school aged. It's to participate, to get the energy every morning, get to school every day, participate in class, means you're doing your homework, so you can raise your hand and answer questions. Raising your hands, answering questions, you build recognition with the teacher, and the teacher is looking for you to lead, right? Who's going to, spell the first word? Who's going to get up to the board and do that math problem, right? They're looking for leaders, and every single one of you is a leader, right? So you strive to embellish that leadership, and you work every day towards becoming a leader. One thing I could tell you, my cousin, he is in Portmore, Jamaica, 11 years old, and he was basically passed all his exam, heading off to college at 11 years old, right? So I see, that tradition, it's a Jamaican tradition, to try to do the best for your children. And when you set goals and you compliment your kids, right? The kids are off to school. How did you do in school today? Tell me what you did. You want to see that the parents are enthusiastic about their children going to school and coming back and sharing what went on in school, try to help them with their homework, and have them prepared for the next day. And it's a day at a time, and do your best each day. I wish I was there with you guys so you could ask me additional questions. But to sum up what I'm talking about, it's a matter of being encouraged, being prepared, attending school every day, strive to be the best you can. As they would say, when one door is closed, many more are open. You could be looking in one direction, and maybe that's not the direction for you, but try other things. It's being involved and being engaged, and strive for the goals that you set for yourself. But the bottom line is, participate in school, make sure you're in school every day, and strive to do the best you can in class. I like A students. A students tells me that you're really on point and you're really participating and you're really getting your work done. I like to see the lower grade students moving up and up, getting to 70 to an 80 to a 90. It shows progress, right? And it shows when a teacher sees that progress in your grades, that tells them that you're doing your work and that you want to strive to be at the top of the class as well, right? So some people start faster than others because they may have a better support system, but in the end, if you work hard, you will become, one that attain those goals as well. I could give you just the last quick story. of when I went to college. Throughout high school, you know, your teachers in class, they teach you everything, they stand at the board, and they hold your hand and take you through the course. In college, you go to college, and the professor might write, you know, 2 sentences on the board. It says, read this chapter. You know, we were having, you know, on Monday, and we're having a test on Thursday. And it says, class is over. So that means that me as a student, I would have to read those chapters. I would have to do all the exercise in the book. I would have to go to the math lab if it's a math class and ask the seniors who are working in the math lab to help me understand things that I didn't understand. And doing all of that is preparing myself, you know, from all the things that I have learned going through high school and encouragement from others around me, you know, is to find a way to get it done. And, you know, so given the task, what I did, find a way to get it done, prepare myself, and Thursday, you know, you're ready for the test, right? If you had left that up to, says, oh, the teacher didn't show me that, and the teacher didn't show me this, Thursday you go to class, you're not prepared, you're gonna fail, right? So there are other resources around that you could use. You know, your resource could be your friends sitting right next to you. Like I said, there are some kids who learn faster than others. So you could start a network homework group that groups of you in school can get together and do your homework together, right? So each one teach one. Before you know it, that group, you know, is striving and again, you know, might be the top group in the school, right? So that's all I have to say to you guys. And, you know, I wish you all the best. And I'm sure one of these summers I could come to Jamaica, you know, with Yvette and, you know, maybe see the community. All right? Everyone take care. Bye.